Welcome everybody to Seattle Bike Blog TV. I am your host, Tom Fukuloro, and today we are biking the new Green Lake Outer Loop bike lane and trail. This just opened yesterday, but it was super rainy and super windy, and I figured, well, I could go shoot a video, but you wouldn't be able to hear me talk because it'd be too windy. Here's the really exciting part. The city the city and the state worked together to open this up. So this used to be a bus lane on Aurora, but now the buses are on Linden, about a block over. So they stopped using this bus lane. So for a long time it was a bus lane that didn't have any buses running in it. And then they turned it into a general purpose lane for Aurora, but it was completely unnecessary because it just disappears up ahead anyway. So anyone who merged into this lane would just have to merge right back out of it. It was pretty pointless. So it's kind of the perfect opportunity to put up this barrier, which is obviously a used barrier. I believe this is from the West Seattle Bridge. This was blocking cars from going on the West Seattle Bridge, which is now open. Because this path here, you can see all the roots and stuff. That used to be the only way for anyone could bike and walk along Aurora on this side of the lake, other than the lakeside path. So, wow, that's amazing. That is such a huge difference. So for many years, you couldn't even go this way around the lake, because even if you wanted to use the lakeside trail over there, it was only one way for wheels in the other direction. So this movement I'm doing right now, I've never done before. I've never ridden this direction on this side of Green Lake. It's pretty great and pretty convenient. And now that I'm realizing where I am already, way faster than going around the other way for a lot of, depending on where you're trying to go. Oh, that's kind of amazing. So construction's obviously not 100% done. These barrels are temporary. They do the job for now. Ooh. Let's look at this. What do we got here? So 77th is a really popular bike route for people who live up in the neighborhood here. And this was sort of a missing connection. If you watched my last Green Lake video, you may remember that I called this out as a big missing connection. And this, well, that is very good. That is very nice. It just shows you, like, you can just repaint the intersection, put up some plastic posts, and make such an enormous difference. It's awesome. That's amazing. It's one of those things where, like, now that it's here, people won't be able to remember the way things were without it, because it's so obvious that this is the way it should be. This is so good. This is so good. All right, and we're almost to the end of the new section and connecting to the previous section. So this is where you turn if you want to go up to Greenwood. And this is, or you can continue just going around the lake. I think I'm going to loop around here and go back the other direction. So this was a one-way bike lane previously, in this direction. And in my previous video, I had ragged on the city for not getting us over to 77th here, or even getting us up to this street. It just sort of ended. So now it is absolutely complete. This is absolutely complete. This is awesome. So this project was really community led. The Green Lake and Wallingford Safe Streets group. In 2019, there was a tragic incident in which someone was hit while running along that horrible path on Aurora. And that really sort of led people to look for some more creative solutions to this problem. You know, Aurora was built where there's supposed to be Green Lake Boulevard. So the Green Lake Park Boulevard, which we're on now, in the Olmsted Brothers plan, fully encircled the lake. But then when they built Aurora, they plowed it through the middle of Woodland Park, and they also then ran it up the side of Green Lake Park, taking over the space that used to work for the boulevard. They put this barrier down the middle of it and totally ruined its role as like a local circular kind of street. We made it just a highway for cars. So by taking back just this one lane of space, adding this little barrier here, they've created the ability to walk and bike fully around the lake without further clogging up the ever congested inner loop trail to my left. Hey! Ugh. Turn off the motor. No e-bikes allowed on the inner path. Hurrah!
I just happened to look up at that moment and I was like, oh, they moved the barrier. You could totally bike. And I was like, Tom?
And Tom's biking there. Oh, that's the best thing about biking is sometimes you just run into friends. And you're just biking along and they're like, hey! And then you stop and then you hang out for a little bit. It's wonderful. So this section is a biking and walking trail. So people are allowed to walk and run. They don't have to stay on the dirt path there. But it definitely sort of looks and feels like a bike trail or a bike lane. So I bet a lot of people will stick to the dirt path for running anyway. Plus, I don't know, a lot of people prefer to run on dirt, but maybe when it gets really muddy, you'll see more people on the roadway itself, since that path gets very, very muddy. So now we are leaving the highway. We're going back onto Green Lake Drive. So this is just amazing. I mean, this just feels like the way it was supposed to be. There's a rowing event and the trail is detoured for construction, the inner loop trail. So they're all going to kind of converge together up here, both the like growing crowd and the detoured trail. So you can see this path is not accessible. So the outer loop trail is serving as like the accessible route for people who can't navigate the curbs. So it's already getting important use beyond just the bike connection. This is just wonderful. I don't know if that's the way I would have done it, but all right. Yeah, ran over the little flex post. But now we see the limitations of the flex post, I suppose. This is just wonderful. This is just amazing. Y'all, I know folks are frustrated with the pace that Seattle is making improvements and that SDOT could be doing a lot better. Our leaders could be making sure they have more urgency and all that, but there's some amazing stuff that they've accomplished in recent years, and it's also important to recognize that, I think. Well, that'll do it all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe and click like and all that. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers is our goal, so please help with that. And if you have any other ideas for videos, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And otherwise, just thank you for watching. All right.